You hear the question.
That's what I'm saying. Well, what's going on?
What's going on?
Yes. Tell me.
You're being investigated for murder.
Okay.
We haven't given you 1% of the things that we've discovered in 3 days. And we're not going to. Because I can't show you my hand when I don't see yours. When this is all said and done, I'm going to arrest you for perjury. Because you just lied to my face under oath. So that's your first felony.
At 6:07 p.m., 3 gunshots shattered the calm of a Lehigh Acre street. Seconds later, 18-year-old Alex Ramos collapsed beside his car, blood pooling beneath him, and a black male was observed fleeing the scene on foot. Within days, the police had identified their prime suspect, a Haitian migrant named James Lee Sinatus. But even before they brought him in for questioning, they'd begun to piece together the tragic story of a small-time drug deal gone wrong that ultimately ended in a brutal murder. It was just after 6 p.m. on Sunday, June 20th, when dispatchers began receiving multiple 911 calls about an incident that had just occurred. Gunshots had been heard, and now an injured man was being reported slumped outside his vehicle, unresponsive and surrounded by a pool of blood. The first person to attend to him was a firefighter, who cut off his bloodied shirt to reveal what appeared to be a gunshot wound to his chest. The bullet had punched through his chest, pierced a lung, and blown out of his back, and air was clearly escaping through the wound as the man struggled to breathe. An ambulance crew was soon on the scene, and the man was rushed to the hospital. But it was too late. The victim was pronounced dead, and a murder investigation immediately got underway to ascertain just what had happened and who had been responsible. And very quickly, a prime suspect was identified. One James Lee Sinatus, a Haitian migrant who was living very near to where the shooting had occurred. James Lee Sinatus was born in Haiti and spent most of his childhood there. He then moved to the U.S. in his mid-teens, but once he arrived in America, it appeared he was unable to shake off his tough upbringing. He soon found himself in trouble with the law, and he was on probation for carjacking when the shooting occurred. At the time, he was only 19 years old and still lived with his mother. Only around a week before the incident, he and his mother had moved in with his uncle, Jimmy Garsonville, because they had been evicted from the house where they had previously been living. This was a situation that Garsonville and his wife were less than happy with. They knew Sinatus had a notorious reputation locally, and although they had previously never actually seen him with any guns or drugs, they knew this was the kind of world he inhabited. But things had then come to head when Garsonville found a round of ammunition in the garage where Sinatus kept his things. This made Garsonville feel uncomfortable because he didn't want guns or ammunition in his home, so he confronted Sinatus about it. Sinatus denied knowing anything about it, but this incident confirmed to Garsonville that he had been right all along to be concerned about Sinatus's illicit activities. The fact was, even if his uncle or mother didn't know the full details, Sinatus was well known in the area for carrying firearms and posting images of weapons on his social media accounts. He had also recently illegally acquired a pistol, despite it being a clear breach of the terms of his probation for him to have anything to do with guns or ammunition. But that wasn't all, because Sinatus was also known locally for something else, and that was drug dealing, and more specifically, selling ecstasy. And this is what led him to finding himself in a certain place at a certain time on the day that another man of a similar age was shot dead. The victim of the shooting was a Hispanic male named Alexander Ramos, a young man known to most as Alex, who had only turned 18 a few weeks before. He was no drug addict, but he enjoyed taking ecstasy recreationally from time to time. And although he hadn't known Sinatus previously, it was because of drugs that their paths were destined to cross. As it turned out, Ramos's regular dealer hadn't had any ecstasy when Ramos had contacted him to buy some. But instead, the dealer had put him in touch with someone else he knew called Brendan Peffley, who he thought might have been able to help him. Peffley, in turn, then passed him on to someone who went by the online name of Demon. And Demon, in the real world, was none other than James Lee Sinatus. Peffley and Sinatus knew each other from the school they were still both attending, and having been contacted by Ramos, Pefley had tried to help him out by pointing him in the direction of Senatus. However, Senatus had not wanted to reveal his identity to Ramos, so the entirety of the communication between Senatus and Ramos had passed through Pefley as an intermediary. The only contact the two were to have was to be when the actual transaction took place, when Senatus met Ramos to hand him the drugs and receive his cash payment in return. Witnesses on the day reported hearing 5 or 6 gunshots. One of several people who dialed 911 right after the shooting happened to be a Vietnam vet, and he claimed to have heard 5 shots fired from an AK-47, and then 3 further shots fired from a 9mm. Nobody was able to identify the shooter, but Ramos was seen slumped to the ground outside his vehicle with what turned out to be the fatal gunshot wound to his chest. He had been conscious but incoherent when first responders attended to him, but he quickly succumbed to his wounds without being able to shed any light on what had happened or who had shot him. Police attending the scene then used dogs to follow the scent of gunshot residue, and this led them to the residence where Senatus was staying. Senatus himself was outside on the property, and he spoke to the canine officer, asking if someone had just been shot. However, despite the dog showing clear interest in Senatus, by this time the scent trail had become too confused and didn't warrant Senatus being taken in for questioning. Detectives made a note of him, though, and he had already become a person who seemed to merit further investigation. In the days that followed, through a series of interviews along with painstaking work sifting through evidence from social media and phone records, Senatus was quickly elevated from being just a person of interest to prime suspect status. In a very short space of time, the police built up a clear picture of what they thought had happened and how Senatus had been involved. For example, they now knew he was a drug dealer. They knew he liked guns. They knew he was an associate of Pefley. They knew Pefley had organized the drug deal with Ramos, and they even knew that Senatus had been in the vehicle with Ramos just prior to the shooting. But this wasn't all, and there was a whole lot more they knew, so it was time to bring in Senatus for questioning. The investigators were already confident that the man in the seat across from the table was the man responsible for the murder. But during his interview, before they revealed the full extent of their knowledge to Senatus, they wanted to try to simplify proceedings by giving him the chance to be honest and come clean about his involvement in the crime.
Now, your questions, what did you have for me?
So this is why I'm
Well,
here.
let me ask you, you understand all of these, right?
Yes, I do.
Okay. What's your question?
Why I'm here?
We'll get to that, but first,
You had a different question.
first he's worried about probation.
Oh.
You know, that's probably. Listen,
Because I'm almost done with it. I don't want to.
the cops are at. We're at your house, the house you're staying at. Okay, and we found that bullet that your uncle said that was yours that you must have just lost because you had it at the other house probably before probation. You know, talking about that little bullet.
Yeah.
What's it look like?
Bullet?
Yeah, the little bullet that was yours that you dropped in the garage. I'm not worried about it. I just want to know, where'd you find that bullet?
Oh,
The one your uncle found.
In 11:30, I looked at it. I tore it away. Probably get stuck on my shit. Probably lost it. I don't even know.
Oh, the one he found?
Yeah, when he asked me, I'm like, what you talking about? Being told away? I don't even know.
And he showed it to you. You remember
Yeah,
that
showed it
bullet
to
though?
me, Yeah.
Yeah. Do you remember when you got that?
I don't remember. I have no idea right now.
Oh, okay.
Can you recognize the bullet?
Nah.
Do you remember? Is that
I just wanna make
the
sure-
one you found?
Yeah, it looked like him, probably.
Because this one we found at the house, and from what we understand, this is the one your uncle found in the garage.
And he asked you about it. You said that was yours from the other house.
Yeah.
You brought it
You
from
brought
the
it
other
from the other
house
house.
because he
Yeah.
wasn't happy that you brought it
Yeah,
to his
funny.
house.
Yeah, I was.
Okay.
I was really pissed too.
So that's the one, right?
Yes,
It's like
sir.
silver. Do you know what the caliber is? Do you remember what the caliber?
This is like a
It's like
40,
a 40 or a
9.
9 or
I don't
45?
I don't know.
Okay. So you probably did you just throw it in the
Yeah.
garage because you want to get rid of it?
Yeah, I thought I tore it away.
Oh. When you moved in?
Yeah,
Okay.
because I'm on probation. I can't even be on one gun. So.
I hear you.
Is that the? I know that probations have different rules for
Yeah.
different people for different stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
What are your rules?
I can't be on one guns. I gotta be on 1-6. and I forgot. That's all I remember.
So you got 6 o'clock curfew. You can't be around guns or ammunition.
Yeah, not ain't nobody that got a gun.
Okay.
Or, you know. Or
When did you start probation?
I started last month. It's gonna be over in December. So,
Oh, yeah.
Because they gave me 6 months.
Okay.
What was that for?
It was an armed robbery. Somebody.
Armed robbery.
Yeah, that was a PBL.
A what?
It was
A
an armed
PBL armed
robbery,
robbery?
carjacking. So they hit me with a PBL. Since that was me, I had a good mind. But Big Different, they helped me out because that was me. So that they give me 1 year probation. But if I keep checking my PO, they're gonna let me out in 6 months.
Okay.
That was a good deal I created.
So you robbed somebody?
Nah,
You carjacked somebody?
that's what she said.
That's what they said.
Oh,
Let me out.
who's she?
Person that said that.
The victim?
Yeah, the victim.
Okay. Were you in a stolen car?
Nah,
Okay. I'm not very familiar with what happened there.
Was that here? Was that here?
nah, it was enough Miami.
Oh, okay.
When did it happen?
I forgot. Gotta be one. I forgot.
Like last year?
Nah, it was this year.
This year?
Yeah.
And you're on probation already?
Yeah.
That's fast.
That was me. So I did only 1 month and they let me out.
In jail? 1 month in jail?
Yeah.
In
They give
North
you a-
Miami?
Yeah.
What's that like?
Your probation?
Thank
North
God.
Miami's big, right?
Yeah, it's
the
big.
jail and everything?
Yeah. That's not my place. So I ain't trying to go there.
So you on DOC probation?
It's DSC.
Like the state?
Department of
State
Corrections,
probation?
I have no idea.
Okay.
Really
So
have
there's
no
state
idea.
probation and county probation. I imagine you're on state probation because it
Okay, let
happened
me
in
tell you
Miami.
how I
and you
got
moved
here. Because I was in Miami, so I wanted them to transfer me here. So I had to talk
Yes.
to my PO, so they transfer me here.
Okay.
So
So that's state
what I know.
probation.
State
You're just doing what you're supposed to do.
Yeah.
That's all you were.
Yeah, I'm
I
trying
hear you,
to
man.
get over it.
I hear you, man. Did you finish high school?
I'm about to. I got 4 more classes.
Where do you go to school?
I'm in high school. I'm in the school that helped me with my grades, so I got 4 more classes. So it's got to be over this year. I'm a graduate on one next year.
What school is that?
Dunbar. Nice DJB Technical School.
Okay.
You probably know that.
Is that new?
No, it's not new.
Where did you go to school last year?
Yeah, I went to the same school.
The same one?
Yeah.
That has a different name, right?
Yeah, DJB Technical High School.
What's that stand for?
That's closed. But it called Donna G. Beasley Technical
Yes.
High.
Okay. I know that one.
Nah, that's
I
what
know
I'm saying.
Beasley because I know
Yeah.
somebody with that name, and I heard that school. I'm like, that's a weird name because it's very rare.
Mhm.
So okay.
Who do you,
Oh, the probation officer. Oh, sorry.
who's your probation officer?
Because I'm gonna make sure they know that we brought you here. That you
His name is really difficult. I don't really remember.
It's
I don't
difficult?
even know his number too, so you gotta ask my mom.
you got your phone?
Nah,
Is it in your phone?
it's on my mom's phone.
Oh, your mom's phone.
He's
Okay.
in my little brother phone.
Where's your phone?
I don't got no phone.
Oh, you don't?
I don't.
Okay.
He's in my little brother phone.
Which brother?
My little brother.
The 16-year-old?
Yes.
What's his name?
Gayadagu.
And he's not here, right?
He's not.
But he left you his phone?
No, sometimes I don't even use no
Okay.
phone.
Because is he in Miami or somewhere else?
He's at my grandma's house.
Where's that at? Here?
Yes, here.
Okay. I thought when I was talking to Gene, and he says your stepdad.
Yeah.
He was saying that he doesn't live there, and I couldn't understand where he was saying he lived. Okay. But that's the phone that you would use. But do you have the PO's number in there?
He's on my mom's phone. You can call
Not
me.
on that. It's on your mom's.
He's
Okay.
on my mom's phone.
I'll write that down.
What is the phone number that you use?
To call my PO?
Yeah, the phone you're using, Gallardo's phone. What's that phone number?
It's not connected.
Do you remember what the number was?
Well, how do you communicate? Like through Facebook, Snapchat?
I'm not a social media person.
No,
That's not me, no.
no.
I don't even play games
Who
too.
do you hang out with?
I just moved on, garden friends.
You got no friends?
Nah, that was in Miami.
Hey, who's the dude that your stepdad got all? He was telling us about a friend. He got all kind of pissed
That's his
off.
problem. That ain't
It
my
is his
problem.
problem, but who is that kid?
Who?
The white boy.
What word boy?
The one you brought home over in your other house? And Gene got really mad because you said you're not supposed to have friends over?
I don't remember his name. I don't.
Did you go to, how do you know that guy?
I probably went to school with him.
I was going to say, I think you probably,
Went to school.
is it Beasley? The Beasley school? Or is it a different one?
Probably what. That's where I find him.
Okay.
As a white boy?
Yes.
What's he look like?
Can't describe him. Can't.
You can't?
Nah.
What's you go by James? Or you go by, you got a couple other nicknames though.
Damn, everybody give me nickname. I don't even know where to get it from.
Well, who gave you the name Demon?
Demons, that ain't me.
That's
My name
you.
is James. Nah,
Listen, James.
that ain't James. That ain't me. You got the wrong person.
I was born at night, but not tonight. You know what I'm saying?
I feel you. That's
Hey,
true.
we're gonna be honest with you. I want you to be honest with me, man. If we were here to give you a hard time, it'd be like on TV. You know what I mean? Throwing phone books down, and you know what I mean. We're here to talk about some stuff, and I'm gonna need you to be honest with me. You know, because that's the best thing. All right. We're not. If you're going to jail right now, you'd already be down at the jailhouse. All right. So relax. All right. Are you a big Flash fan?
Big who?
Flash.
I don't watch TV.
Oh, it's on your shorts.
Oh, man, I was back when I was 16 or 17. Since I have this shirt,
Mm.
and it was a long shirt. Coming a long way. Came far. We came far.
Do you understand the definition of perjury?
Was it?
You don't understand it? Perjury is when you are under oath, which you are, because you raise your right hand.
Mhm.
So if you're under oath and you lie, that's perjury. Okay? That will violate probation. It's a felony. Okay? So whatever probation you're on, it'd be over with because you'd be in jail. Okay? Do you understand that?
I do.
So I need you to also understand that we're pretty good at our jobs. Okay? That's why we're here with you. All right? And the reason you are here now and not a few days ago was because we have to do our jobs before we try to talk to people. Okay? So we've done our jobs and we have a lot of information, electronic information, download information, okay? Physical evidence, witness statements, a lot of that stuff. So all I'm going to ask you is to please be honest when we're giving you things and asking you questions. Okay? Because if I don't have to, I don't want to jam you up with a perjury charge. You understand what I mean?
We don't want you to be in trouble for lying.
All right. I think that things happen and it sucks that things happen. But when you dig the hole deeper by lying, it makes it worse. And it doesn't have to get worse. Okay? You know we got your family here. Right? We got your family on the scene with the babies and your aunts and your mom. Everybody's being talked to. Everybody's being interviewed. We're searching this house. We've searched cell phones. We've cell phone records, Snapchat records, Instagram records, Facebook records. It's a lot of work. So when we have questions for you, we probably already know the answer.
What that means is, like anything on Facebook or Instagram or Snapchat, we already have everything that's been written, sent, even if it was deleted. We have it all, pictures. Okay.
Welcome to the World Wide Web.
Yeah. So the only option here now is for you to tell the truth. Okay.
That's how we know your nickname. Okay.
Because everybody be giving
Everybody gives you different names.
Oh, that's what I'm
But you
saying.
give yourself this name.
I don't.
Well, how'd you get it?
Get what?
Demon.
I came from North Miami.
That's what they say.
What does that
Everybody
mean?
give me name. I don't
That
even know.
okay.
Everybody do that.
Let me see if I understand.
My mom be getting mad too. She be like, why they don't even call your real name? I be like, I don't even know.
I can listen to him talk all day. Like the way you talk it
funny.
makes me smile,
Yeah.
and I like it. So that name came from North Miami. Like, is that because of the trouble you got in, or just because of people made it
Nah, I
up?
only got in trouble one time.
Yeah. Is that not where the name came from?
Nah.
Okay. And that's the name that you use for like Instagram.
That is another name for Instagram.
D6Mon, like demon.
Damn.
What I tell you, we download
Come on, bro.
everything.
So that's why I want you to be honest. Because if you lie about it,
Damn.
I know you're lying about it. I don't want you to do that.
Damn.
Okay? Do you understand where we're at right now?
Yeah.
Do you understand that we're not going to bullshit you and try to set you up? I'm going to be honest. I need you to do the same. Okay? So when we ask a simple question that means nothing to you, don't lie. People call you demon. That's the
People
name
call
you
me
go
different.
by.
Nah,
They
that's
call you
just
other
my
names too.
Instagram name.
You have other names too.
Yeah, they just be calling me like, ain't no problem
Okay,
for me.
so you said they don't, but they do.
Yeah, they do.
Okay, that's
Probably.
we're making progress.
With that being said, we also know you know who that white boy is we're talking about.
Yeah, we know that too.
All right. How long you been friends with him?
You ain't gonna speak on that.
Almost since you came here to school. Almost. How long you been here in Florida? 3 years?
5 years.
5 years? Where the hell did I get 3 years?
That's what I'm saying. Y'all don't got everything.
No.
So
Okay. So
I got you when I was 14. Now I'm 19. Yeah, that's 5 years.
You sure?
Yeah,
you know,
that's five.
you know why I said because Dad said 3 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna step there, man.
You guys get along?
No, you don't.
Why?
Lie on that. You don't.
He cares about you though.
You don't.
No?
He care about himself.
Really? I don't know him.
Yes,
Just we only
You
talked to him.
can't see it to his eyes.
I'm gonna show you a picture. Okay. Of a white boy. Why are you trying to peek?
Cause I see face. How you gonna show me a picture? You showing it before I even
I'm gonna
see
show
it?
you. I'm gonna show you a picture. And don't lie to me. Is this the white boy you were friends with? Okay.
It's not getting him in trouble.
That is.
Okay. So thank you for being honest. Here.
Huh? What you want me to do?
Put
Who is
your
that?
initials.
Who is that?
You want me to?
No,
What you want me to do with that?
put your initials first, or your name, whatever you want. You can put Demon if you want. D6 Mon, go
You
ahead.
want me to put my name on it?
Whatever. Yes. Yeah.
For what?
Because you said yes, that's him. So you're
You
just
say
saying.
that?
Damn,
I said
my
who that
man.
is. I said, damn, who that is?
Okay.
Hey, real quick. He's not in any trouble. All right. You're not getting him in trouble by saying you know who he is. We're just trying to confirm some information. Is this your friend, Brennan?
All right. So I get the feeling you know why we're here.
What's the feeling? I don't even know. That's what I'm trying to find out right now.
Well,
You're not
you don't
telling
even
me.
say if you know the guy or not.
I don't want to speak on it.
Okay. Because you don't want to lie, and that's smart.
The thing is we know what happened. Okay. It's just now's your chance to say what you need to say to explain what's happening, what happened in your side of the story. You understand? Okay. It's not the end of the world. All right. But we need to move forward from here. We know that you know who that is. Okay.
And you say I know what that is.
You don't have to.
You don't have to. We know.
Oh,
But listen, and I know that sometimes you might sell a little bit of drugs. I don't care. He doesn't care. But the thing is we need to know that you're being honest about these little things, so that when we talk about bigger things, we know that you're telling the truth. But if you can't be honest about little things, how can we trust you to be honest about the big things? Do you understand what I'm saying? All right. So you sell a little bit on the side, right? To make money because times are hard.
do what?
You sell some drugs sometimes.
I don't sell drugs.
No, not at all.
No.
Nothing. You sure?
Yes, sir.
Does that kid sell drugs?
No.
He
How
doesn't.
will I know too? That's crazy.
No.
So his is it Instagram or Snapchat? I think it's his Snapchat. Is Paper Chaser.
Mhm.
Yeah, what's my Snapchat?
Huh?
What's my Snapchat?
Oh, you want your Snapchat?
Yeah.
Go ahead while I look
Wait a
it up.
minute. So you want us to answer your questions, but you don't want to answer our questions.
No, you're not answering my question. I know everything. That's what I'm trying to find out.
You just
What
asked
if you
what's
know
your
something you
Snapchat.
ask me?
We just explained why we're asking you.
Because we want to know why these things happen. Because sometimes there's a reason. Sometimes things got out of hand. Sometimes things go the way we didn't intend them to go. And that's a whole big difference between being evil and making mistakes. Okay? Are you an evil person? Do you make mistakes?
Everybody does.
You're right about that. I agree. 100%. All right, so what's going to make you a man tonight is admitting mistakes happen. Or admitting when you made a mistake. Do you understand? Okay? We're not here to judge you. We're not here to call you evil, say you were wrong. None of that. We're simply here so that you can tell us the truth. So all that nervousness that you've had has been for good reason, so that you can feel at ease. Because you're going to feel better once you start telling the truth. No matter how hard the truth is, it always makes somebody feel better. That nervous feeling that you got right now,
I'm just curious because I don't know what's going on.
is well, you see, that's the thing. James, is you know full well what's happening.
I have no idea. I'm telling you. I don't even know what you're talking about.
You were honest with us about your bullet,
Yeah.
so
And you said that was my bullet.
Huh?
And that's not my bullet.
You said it was.
I seen it. I find it. That doesn't mean that's mine.
You said you brought it from the other house,
Yeah, I seen it on the floor. I picked it out, tore it away. That's the thing.
and you carried it over to this house.
Yeah, that I didn't even know that. That's crazy.
What's the most serious thing you've ever done? Bad.
I don't know.
Hmm?
I don't really feel like that. Let's see.
What's the
Get
worst?
into a fight, skip school.
That's the worst thing you ever did?
Yeah.
You ever done drugs? Never used drugs?
Keep it real. Yeah, I smoke, but I don't do drugs. That's not me.
Like smoke weed or smoke cigarettes?
Smoke weed.
Okay. You don't take pills?
Nah.
Ecstasy?
Patties.
Ecstasy?
What's that?
Xanax?
Nah.
Cocaine?
Nah. Do I look like I take cocaine?
No, you have a good smile. I don't think you do cocaine.
Come on, man. Come on, kill me.
So,
Well, you think this is funny.
No, it's because y'all laughing. I don't know. I'm confused. Y'all not telling me what's going on, so.
Okay, so listen.
Get
Maybe
to
we
the
can just tell
point.
them what we know.
Yeah, get to the point.
I don't know. It's
Get to the point. I'm trying to know what's going on. They're not telling me nothing.
How
Let's-
about
let's
you
establish
tell
a-
us something, we'll tell you something.
establish a timeline.
Yeah.
All right. So, what were you doing this weekend? Did you go anywhere?
To be honest, yes, I did.
So, say Friday. What were you doing Friday?
Friday, I was on.
On
Yeah, I
Friday?
was on.
All day?
Yeah, all day.
All night?
All night, yeah.
You never left?
I don't want to be lying, but I don't really take a left on Friday.
Okay.
I would lie to you, but I be going outside riding a bike. I always do
Is
that because
that-
I be getting bored.
Jean's bike? Or the bike he got you?
Yeah, nah. Gotta be him or the bike he buy me.
Okay.
Gotta be like that.
Okay. So, where do you ride? In the neighborhood?
Yeah,
Because you can't go far, right?
nah, I can't go.
Because you're on probation.
Yeah, I can go far, but not far away from me. Not too
Yeah.
far. So
You're
I
not
can
on
go
like an ankle monitor or anything,
Nah, I
right?
don't. I'm just on probation.
Okay.
Then you gotta
So-
be back by 6.
Yeah.
So, what's the times you have to be inside?
6 p.m.
Till what?
I forgot.
Till the morning time, sometime in the morning.
Gotta be on, I think it's the same time. 6
6 to
a.m.
6?
Yeah, gotta be. I don't really remember.
Okay. So, Saturday, what time did you wake up?
I don't really remember. I be waking up early. Yeah.
What all did you do Saturday? Because I know he went fishing.
Yeah, I went right back. Then I went back home.
You went what?
I went back home. I was right in the back. Then I went back home.
Where'd you ride to?
Up there, down there. Then I went back to the crib.
What's the road you live on?
I think it's 21 Street.
21st?
Yeah,
And
21st.
what's the corner? What's that road?
I don't know.
Okay. Is it Irene?
Arena.
Irene?
Yeah, gotta be. Yeah.
Okay. And the other end, the other corner? Is that Karen? Maybe?
I'm keep around though.
You don't ride that way?
Nah,
Okay.
I do, but
Okay.
I don't know the street.
All right. So when you got up Saturday and went for a bike ride, what time was that?
I don't remember.
Was it before lunchtime?
Too much time. I
12?
barely eat. Not an eater.
Was
Can't
it
ask
was
my mom.
before 12? Or after 12?
I don't remember. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Okay.
Don't.
But you came back.
Yeah, they came back.
How long do you think you were gone?
10, 15.
10, 15 minutes?
Yeah.
Okay. And you just were in the neighborhood?
Yeah.
All right. Did you see anybody or run into anybody or meet anybody?
No, I was worried about myself.
Okay. So, did you talk to anybody that day?
Nah.
Nobody in the house talked to you?
Yeah, my people, my mom.
Your family talked to
Yeah,
you?
my family.
What about any friends, any contacts that you have that talk to you?
Nah.
Okay. And did you ever leave again after you came back on the bike?
No. I went back home.
What'd you do?
I went watch TV. After that, I went to sleep. I woke up. I went to eat. Ain't nothing else to do.
What time did you wake up?
I don't know.
Was it still daylight out, or?
Yeah, it was daylight. Cause when I woke up, I think I see police. That's when I was standing behind stuff. I asked the police what's going on. Tell me somebody got hit. I'm like, lady died sitting at the hospital. I'm like, damn.
Who told you that?
I missed all of that.
You saw
You
that?
talked really fast.
Yeah,
Say it again.
I woke up. Nah, I wasn't sleeping to be honest. Nah, I don't think I was sleeping. I went behind. Let me shake the car again. I went behind the house. I stayed. You see my house? There's a red stop behind it. That's where I was at.
Oh, what?
There was two police that one I had a dog, the other one I asked him what's going on. He said, did I see anybody running around? I said, nah, I was just sleeping. I said, everything okay? He said, yeah, somebody at the hospital. I said, okay, I went back home. Matter of fact, I went back. I went to sleep. That time my stepdad was outside too. They had the dogs, man. I don't even know what's going on.
So, I want to make sure I understand because I'm tired, I guess. You went out back of the house,
Mm-hmm.
inside the fence or outside the fence?
No, inside the fence.
Inside the fence?
Mhm.
And you were by what?
I was behind white stuff. I don't know what
The white fence?
The white fence.
The
yeah.
white fence. The
Yeah.
privacy fence.
Yeah, the privacy
Okay.
fence.
I couldn't tell what you were saying. White
Yeah, that's
stuff.
when the two police passed by.
Yeah.
One of them had the dog.
While you were outside?
Mhm.
And they talked to you or you talked to them?
Now they talked to me. They asked me what's going on. They asked me if I see someone running around. I asked him what's going on. After that, I asked him, did that person okay? He said he's at the hospital. After that, he just went. After they asked me if we got cameras in front of them, I was like, nah, we don't got no cameras. Till I went. Till they came back. This is problem.
Was that daytime or nighttime?
That was daytime.
Okay.
Yeah, daytime.
Okay. And would you say it was after 6 o'clock?
No.
Was it? But it was daytime, so
It was
bef-
daytime.
before 8:30.
Yeah, it was.
'Cause
yeah.
nighttime is probably
Got it.
8:30.
No.
Okay. So after that, you went inside, but you said did you call him your dad? Is that what you call him?
Couldn't step there.
Stepdad. Your
Yeah.
stepdad was outside too?
Yeah.
Did he see you outside?
What you mean?
Did you talk to your stepdad outside?
Now I went in front of the door. That's when I talked to him. That's when he told me, does the dog can smell anybody that shot someone, some shit like that. That's what he told me.
That's what
The dogs, that person was working with.
the deputy, the cop?
Yeah.
The cop said that to you?
No, my stepdad told me that.
Oh, okay. All right.
That was inside the house or outside the house?
I was outside the house.
When you talked to your stepdad?
Yeah. When I asked him that.
So then what'd you do?
I went back home. I went inside my house.
Did you stay in there?
Being there for a while.
In your house?
Yeah.
Were you ever outside of the fence
Yes, I was.
around the time the police were in the area? Or before the police were you outside the fence on the street?
Yeah, I was outside because I seen the police right back, so I had to see what's going on.
You were on the street?
Yeah, I was.
Because somebody said they saw you headed back towards your house.
What you mean? Because I went outside and went back to my house.
Yeah, like you went to see what happened,
Yeah, I went to see what's going on.
but somebody saw you going back to your house.
Yeah, I went back to my house.
Do you remember what you were wearing that day? When you were going
I
home?
was wearing shirts. It's a shirt. Gotta be, I think it was a black one. It was a black. Yeah, the shirt was a black. I was wearing a green shirt.
Shorts?
Yeah. That's my snap.
What, the black shirt?
No, it was green and black.
A green shirt.
No, I'm talking about shorts.
Shorts.
It was green and black. Yeah, it was green and black. Yeah, it was green and black
Okay.
because I was wearing black shirt, whatever it called.
A t-shirt?
Yeah.
What, is this solid black, only one color?
Yeah, yeah.
There's no multiple colors?
What you mean?
Well, like, because I think, like, the person that
Nah,
saw
I ain't had
you
I don't got
walking
shit.
home you had like a striped shirt. You had
Nah,
a striped shirt?
nah.
Okay. I may have misunderstood.
Before all the police were there, though, somebody saw you walking into the house. Like right before all the police got there. Were you just out walking around, or?
Nah, I don't walk. I was just right the back. I don't do that.
Well, somebody saw you.
I probably saw the one person. I always right the back. I don't even go outside like that. If you see me outside, best believe I have my back with me. Do it.
Yeah, because they saw him walk to the house.
Mm-hmm.
They saw you walk to the house, your house,
Mm-hmm.
and they just drove by. They just kept going, but it was after everything happened.
What happened?
What happened out there? Yeah. So they saw you walk into your house, but I didn't know that the canine talked to you. The dogs. I didn't know that the cops with the dogs talked to you.
I asked them what's going on.
Yeah.
No, matter of fact, I think they asked me what's going on first. Not till they asked, not tripping, they asked me if I said something wrong. I said, nah, I asked them what's going on. Did somebody got shot? They said, yeah, somebody got shot, but they're at the hospital.
Yeah.
After they asked me if there's any camera on my house, I was like, oh,
Yeah.
there's no cameras.
Why'd you ask them if somebody got shot?
No, they asked me first. Because come on, bro. You really gonna say that? That's police.
No.
You really gonna say that?
No. Because you just said it.
Really?
You said you asked them what
Yeah, I
happened.
asked
Did
them-
somebody get shot?
Somebody get shot because there was too
Yeah.
many police. So I had to ask
Okay.
them there.
You just assumed somebody got shot.
Yeah, because there was too many police.
Is that like? I don't really know. Do you live in a
I
bad
grew up in the
neighborhood?
hood, yeah, I grew up
Okay.
in Haiti. Come on.
Where at Haiti?
Hmm?
Where?
Damn, man. You don't know
No.
that. Come on, man. Don't
I was
do that.
hoping you would say something like the capital, because I could tell you.
Like what? Port-au-Prince?
Huh?
Port-au-Prince?
No, the capital. What's the capital?
Like Port-au-Prince?
Port-au-Prince. Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you call it? Port-au-Prince?
Yeah, I
Is
was.
it pronounced there?
Port-au-Prince.
Okay.
I was there for a couple of years.
So, piece by piece.
So, we know that at some point you came out and met with somebody across the street from your house. All right?
When was it?
That night,
Saturday.
Saturday. It was still daylight out before all the cops and stuff. Who was the person you came out and met with?
I ain't come over.
Yeah,
no,
you,
no,
look at me. Look at me. Look at me. Stop.
Come on, bro.
Stop. Look at me. Now's your chance. Okay. Now's your chance to tell the truth before it's too late. You understand? You need to do this for you. Alright?
I haven't.
Who did you come out and meet?
Nobody.
You don't know the kid's name?
Who you talking about? Now you losing me.
No.
You're losing me right now.
What kind of vehicle was it?
It's a silver Toyota Tacoma.
Parked in the lot right across from your house?
He came. Well, they're supposed to meet in front of at the lot,
Mm.
but he came to see you.
Can you see me?
Yeah, he came to see you because he was wanting to buy some stuff from you.
Like what? I don't even saw nothing.
He wanted some ecstasy.
Some what?
Some ecstasy.
Heck? What is some ecstasy?
Your nerves are giving
I'm
away
cold,
everything.
plus
I
some
know.
nerves too,
But-
because I don't know what's going on. You're losing me.
Let me explain to you why that happens. It's hot as hell in here.
Mm.
You
No.
feel cold because
feel cold.
hang on. I want to explain it to you. because you're nervous. And what happens when you're nervous is your brain tells your body to push all the blood to your core. So your arms, your legs, everything gets really cold, and that's just nerves. It's like 82 degrees in here.
Damn.
Okay? When you're nervous, your blood shuns. It's the self-preservation mode. Okay? That's why you're nervous. All right? That's why you're cold, I should say. So we haven't given you 1% of the things that we discovered in 3 days. And we're not going to. Because I can't show you my hand when I don't see yours. Okay? Please don't sit here and lie and bury yourself, because every time you lie is a felony. And whether or not you end up in jail for what happened, you will end up in jail for all the felonies sitting here lying to me.
That's a guarantee.
You have a better chance of having a life after today if you tell the truth. And no matter what you say to me, I know when you say you know nothing, you didn't do this, you didn't do that, we know you're lying because we already can prove that you did. We're asking you, because it's your opportunity, legally we have to give you an opportunity to say your part. Otherwise, we didn't do our jobs.
No, we could just take everything we have and go with it and never give you a chance to explain anything. You know what I'm saying?
But that means you sit in jail until trial, and then the jury never heard your side of the story until trial.
They just think that you were lying.
And it's going to happen.
So now you can tell your side of the story. Maybe it's not as bad as what we thought. Maybe it's worse. We don't know.
There's a reason that things happen. We have a reason.
Every man deserves.
You have a reason. You have a right to your reason. Okay? Don't look surprised by the things we're telling you because you know it. All right?
You've been holding us in now since Saturday.
Put him up. Y'all losing me again. I just did the same thing again. But I put him wild on Saturday. Listen, Tom, bro, you losing me again. What you talking about?
Okay.
So stay to the point.
So here's what happened.
Yeah.
Okay? Good?
Yeah, just tell me
Good.
what happened. I want to know.
Okay. You know.
I want to.
You just want to know if I know.
No.
So
that's all it is.
you want to know if I know. So I'm going to give you a little bit. Okay?
Just give me all of it.
I'll give you a little bit.
No,
Because here's what happened.
What's going on?
You're going to know in a second because I'm telling you.
All right.
Here's what happened.
Mm-hmm.
Alex Ramos got in touch with a friend because he was looking for some pills. Some, no, what's it called?
Oh, wow.
It's a slang term.
Well,
No, it's a slang term for the pills. Anyways, the friend said, I know a guy, and because we got this Instagrams and the Snapchats and all the messengers, we know who the guy is. We know that he contacted Brendan, the guy that you saw in this picture, the guy you went to school with, the guy that you got in trouble for him being at your house, and the guy who contacted you and said, I have a guy that wants to spend X amount of dollars to get some shit. What's up? And you didn't want Brendan to give him your information. So you communicated directly with Brendan, which I can prove. I already have. And you told Brendan where to send him and when. You gave him your address across the street from your house, where he was supposed to meet you. And he went there to meet you. He drove by because he missed it. And then he came right back. And somewhere around your house, you got in his truck. And then you had an altercation, and he drove and ended up stopping in the middle of the road when you shot him in the chest.
Who I shot in the chest?
Yeah. Who did you shoot?
That's what I'm saying.
The guy that's dead.
Alex.
Who's dead?
The kid that met you for, you know what? The thing is just for the simple fact you got in a car, you got into his truck, your DNA is going to be in there.
And on him.
And on him.
And on the bullet that fell out of the truck that you left behind. That is the same bullet that you saw in this picture. Guess what? The picture I showed you is a picture of the bullet that fell out of the truck.
And?
It's the same bullet that your uncle found in the garage.
That you
said
was
you
yours.
brought that from your house where you used to live. It's the same
Yes.
bullet.
And
And
when I'm trying to find out what's going on, I'm still lost again.
You're not lost.
You're not done.
Yes, I am.
You killed Alex
I
Ramos.
didn't. No.
You shot him.
Shot who?
you're digging deeper. You're digging deeper. And you're not going to be able to climb out. We have all the evidence,
What happened?
and you don't
inside
have
the truck?
anything.
What happened inside of his truck?
Something happened that made you.
You were in there.
Shoot. I know you were in the truck.
You see me in the, what? Yeah,
We didn't have to see you.
Tell me what's going on, man.
Bro,
Get
it's
us
just
to the quick, bro.
You
I want to know what's going on. Y'all losing me again, bro.
Okay,
No.
here's
I'm
the
really
thing.
nervous and all type of
Hey,
shit. I don't want
hey,
that. Not
hey,
right now, man.
Hey,
Trying to get
James
over my
Lee.
probation, man. What's going on, bro?
James Lee
I'm
Goes out to
gonna get
somebody's
charged
car.
with anything. What's going on?
goes out to Alex's
I'm
truck,
charging with anything.
gets
You
in.
will be.
Okay, tell me
I'm
I wanna
telling
know
you
what
right
you're
now.
Talking to you. You're not
I'm
listening.
listening.
You get into his car.
No, that
His
ain't
truck.
what I want to hear,
His
man.
truck.
I don't want to hear that. That
I'm
ain't
gonna
what I
tell you the
want to hear.
truth. Didn't we tell you? We
That
don't
ain't
want
the
to
truth. That ain't what I want.
He doesn't wanna relive it right now.
Then what's the truth? You know why you don't want to relive it? Because you're scared of getting in trouble.
Can I step before
Maybe you
what?
have
I'm already
guilt.
getting older. What's going on? You're not answering my question right now, bro. You're
Okay,
accusing me of.
You didn't
No.
bring us here to question us. We brought you here to question
That's
you.
what I'm saying. Well, what's going on?
What's
Was it
going on?
Yes.
Yeah,
then tell
You're
me.
being investigated for murder.
Okay. Murder who? What you talking about? Yeah.
Let's grab a couple things and come back in a minute. I'll leave this here. We'll be right back.
When the detectives return, they change their approach and become more direct, telling Sinetas they know he has lied repeatedly to them and that he will be facing perjury charges just for this, if nothing else. However, he continues to deny all knowledge of the crime and even refuses to admit that he knew any of the people involved. Gradually, his demeanor changes as he becomes wholly uncooperative.
You're looking relaxed.
So,
Huh? Oh, it's 2:10 in the morning already, huh? So, as we speak, we keep gathering more and more information for you, right? Which I told you we were doing, right? Are you following what I'm saying?
so
Okay. Your statement was you don't know that guy. All right. So, when this is all said and done, I'm going to arrest you for perjury because you just lied to my face under oath. So that's your first felony. That's going to violate your probation too. You recognize the guy in the camouflage?
come. Yeah, that's me.
That is you. You
Yeah.
recognize that guy?
That's him.
Yeah, no shit.
Yeah.
In the car with you. But you don't know him?
I don't know him.
You don't know him.
I don't.
The fuck is going on? Am I the
It's
Twilight
like
Zone?
Twilight Zone. Yeah, man.
Hey.
Hey.
You and him? Guess what? You're shooting a video with his phone, but you don't know him.
Yeah.
You shot another video with his phone, but you don't know him.
Do what?
I'm tired.
What's that?
What's 2916 21st Street Southwest?
15.
16.
I don't know.
What's 2915?
Things in my uncle's house.
It's your uncle's house where you stay, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's logical to believe that 2916 would be across the street from your uncle's house, right? Because one side is even, one side is odd.
I don't know. I ain't been looking for that.
Okay. What is Benji? Who's Benji?
don't know.
Benji? 239239?
I don't know what it is.
You don't know that?
Everything's coming at you, man. It's your time to help yourself.
It's going to come harder and harder, and every time you lie is another charge, so you're welcome to keep doing it. So,
Do you know what life in prison means?
Do I know what?
Do you know what life in prison means?
This man never can get out.
Mm-hmm.
that's where we're going. 6:22 p.m. The guy you shot in the chest was less than a minute away from across the street from your uncle.
Coming to your house.
At 6:24, you were talking to Brendan, and Brendan told him that you said you would be out in a minute. And at 6:24, you were on the phone with Brendan. 6:24 p.m. and 57 seconds, you were on the phone with Brendan, telling him you would be right out. And this is the Brendan you've been Snapchatting. The same guy that's in the car with you, the same guy that's in this photo, the same guy you're smoking with. And in case you don't remember, the guy to the other side of the car,
I don't want to see them.
the other guy,
I don't want to see them.
there's another black guy on the
I
other
don't
side.
want.
You don't
Man,
want to, but it
I don't
is
care,
what it
just-
is. Hey,
What's it is what it is. You lose.
why are you scared to tell us that you know who this kid is?
Scared to do what? I told you I don't know kid.
You do know a
I
kid.
don't know him.
Hey,
I don't, bro.
lying is gonna hurt
Hey,
you
what
at
is-
this point, bro.
You went to school
Go
with
for
him.
the I'm tired of.
Listen, let me-
What's the charge, bro?
listen.
Stop showing me that shit, man. Y'all pissing me off, bro.
I don't give a fuck if you
I
get
don't
pissed
give a
off.
fuck the same, bro.
Why you
Bro,
getting
stop
mad?
showing me that shit, bro.
So here's the
I'm
thing.
tired and cold too.
Okay.
Yeah, this is the thing. Show it.
Picture
Tell
of
me.
it, see it?
I was
Y'all
asking
done?
for that. No, almost. So
God.
at school, when you were friends with Brendan, you hung out with him enough that the SRO, the school resource officer, knew exactly who you were and that you guys were best friends.
Well,
That
telling me?
you guys would talk about
I would have told you I'm
doing
done here.
burglaries.
I'm done. I'm done here. I'm done. What
Okay.
you keep? The fuck is it keep saying, man? I would have asked what's the charge. You keep showing me that shit, bro. I don't want to see them. Tired
It's
as
hard to
fuck,
face
bro.
the truth.
But I'm tired too, man.
Yeah, we all tired.
I want to go to sleep, bro. What it is? What's going on, bro? Where I'm gonna spend the night, man? Just tell me.
You spend the night or where you're going to spend your life?
Hey, what's good, man? Yo,
I
tell
told you he
me.
wasn't man enough to tell the truth.
No.
I would have told you what I gotta
Not
tell
like a
you, bro. I
child.
don't know, Brendan. I don't know what you're
It's
talking
like a
about.
temper
man.
tantrum.
Yeah, that's it.
I don't know who Brendan is. I don't know what you're talking about. I would have told you everything I know. Yeah, I
Alright.
want to know, man. You're asking me shit, bro. What my fucking niggas life up? Turn up, bro.
We're trying to tear it up. We ain't
We're
the
trying to-
dumbasses
we're-
shooting people in the middle of the
Done.
daylight.
We're trying to give you a reason to,
Bro,
a
I'm
chance to
done here.
explain.
I'm done here, bro. You can't. I'm done here. I'm done, bro.
You haven't done anything. You have nothing to hide. Fair enough.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And you want to go home.
Mhm.
You want this to be over with so we can stop talking. All right. So we got your phone. So if you want to speed this up, what's the passcode on your phone to unlock it?
You got my phone.
Yeah, we got your phone.
Who told you that was my phone?
We know it's your phone. We've already
Yeah, I
downloaded
said that
most
was
of
my
it.
phone.
Okay, I don't care.
Hey, that's Tom, boy. Y'all
What's-
scared me out good,
What's-
bro.
You're
What's your-
always walking around on your phone listening to music.
Yeah. Oh, the phone. I'll show you which phone. I can't show them that phone.
You show my little brother phone or you show my phone? Ask mama, she gonna tell you that ain't my phone.
I really don't care.
Me too.
So
It's same
what's the
shit.
password for that?
What you asking me? Go ask my little brother. Stop asking me shit, bro.
Because you
I've
have
already
fun.
told you I'm done, bro. Why you keep asking me shit, bro?
Because I can.
No, you can't.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Bro, I don't give a fuck no more, bro. You pissing me off.
You can get pissed all you want. It don't
Yeah,
change nothing.
Exactly, doesn't change nothing. What's the trouble, bro? I wanna go to sleep. You keep asking me shit. I told you I don't know, but bro, fuck you me say. Fuck you know shit you asking me, bro. Tell you up, bro.
I just wanted to see if you were man enough to
Come on,
explain,
bro.
man.
You think I'm a dumbass? What can you say, bro?
How would that make you a dumbass?
What's going on, bro? What we gonna do here?
How would
What we
telling-
doing here, bro?
How would telling the truth
I'm calling
make
it
you a
up,
dumbass?
bro. What we gonna do here, man? What we doing?
Can you answer that?
What we doing?
Can you?
What we doing? I'm going home?
He's asking you a question. No, you're not.
No,
going
I ain't
home.
got to answer shit.
No.
Yeah, you know that.
You don't.
I don't.
No, you don't.
Okay.
Well, we can
keep
still
that-
talk.
No. We ain't gotta say shit no more, bro. We don't have to.
Yeah, bro.
What's going
I
on?
can't talk now.
I don't mind if you talk.
Yeah.
What's going on, bro? I'm
I
going
think,
home.
I think
Oh,
you
what's
have
going on?
a soothing voice.
Thank you.
Yeah, you do.
Hey.
Let me grab a couple things off his phone.
Beans told you that ain't my phone. bro.
Beans.
Beans told you that ain't my
Oh,
phone.
Beans.
Hey.
Be right back. You want a drink?
Some water.
I wanna go home.
Do you want a drink?
No.
Hey. So you're
Bro, I ain't got shit to say to you, bro.
No.
No. Kid ain't been touched that, bro. I'm tired as fuck too, man. I'm going to sleep, man. Pissing me off, bro.
What are you tired of?
Tired of what? Cause I ain't slept all day.
You're not supposed to sleep during the day, bro.
Yes?
Do you work?
No, I used to.
Why don't you work?
I quit.
Where were you working?
Yeah.
Hmm?
Yeah.
In Lehigh?
I think it was in Fort Myers.
Doing what?
Bus it. I was the bus that
No. What restaurant?
I forgot.
How long you were there?
Not for long. That's all I know. Not even a year. Or 3 months.
What do you have to lose by telling the truth? I'm not asking you to tell me, what do you have to lose by telling the truth?
Nothing. I already told you what I gotta tell you. I ain't gotta say too much. You know that, bro. Y'all forcing me to talk. Right? I know y'all can't do that, bro. Tell me about that shit or that. Y'all already got what you got. Then leave me the fuck alone. Y'all know that, bro. No tripping, bro. Tell me about that shot him, bro. Yeah.
We're asking you to give your side of the story.
I'm already dead.
Because listen, it's not a matter of if it happened, it did happen, but sometimes there's a reason. And sometimes it can make it, sometimes it's understandable. You know what I mean?
After recorded. 2:20 p.m. or a.m.
And the recording 2:20 a.m.
After the interview, Sinatus was released, but the police already knew far more than they had let on. For example, they knew that Sinatus's Google search record from less than an hour after the shooting began to show entries like how long it took the police to find a murder, what homicide mean, how long it take for a case to be closed if it can't be solved, and how long it took police to find your fingerprint. They knew that after the murder had occurred, Sinatus had contacted Peffley via Snapchat, telling him the kid tried to rob me before blocking him. They also knew that Sinatus had subsequently had a telephone conversation with Peffley during which Peffley had mentioned what he had done, and Sinatus hadn't denied it. Detectives also knew that Sinatus had phoned Peffley's girlfriend Erica 2 days after the incident. During the conversation, Sinatus had mentioned that he was sorry Peffley had become involved in everything, and he had then told her, "Kid was acting funny, so I popped him." When the detectives searched Jimmy Garsonville's residence, they discovered the round of ammunition that Garsonville had found in the garage. It was a special type of bullet, and it matched the ammunition that had been used in the murder. And finally, detectives knew he had been communicating with a person named Kiasha, who was possibly his girlfriend, and they had talked extensively about the likelihood of him going to prison and what that would mean. So in short, investigators had more than enough on him, and once all the reports were compiled, his arrest warrant was issued, and he was then picked up in Miami on the 29th of September of that year. When his case went to trial, the evidence against him was overwhelming, and the jury found James Lee Sinatus guilty of second-degree murder with a firearm. He was sentenced to life in prison for his actions. And all this for a $40 pill deal, a price that cost one teen his life and condemned another to spend the best years of his life behind bars.